Hi, I'm Andrew and welcome back to Taekwondo Step by Step. This is the time that you've all been waiting for. Remember last time we said that we were finishing all the basic forms and now we're going into the patterns or pumse. And today we have number one for you, 태극 1장. And that there was 태극 1장, the number one pattern, okay? But now we have Master Lee back with us. Let's welcome him, shall we? Hi, Master Lee.
What you have just seen is called 태극 1장. 태극 1장 reflects the profound spirit of 태극, characteristic with its symbolic meaning. And it's practiced by grade-level pupils of Taekwondo. When you were practicing the basic forms, you were beginners. But from today, you are grade-level trainees. Okay,
well, these things that we're going to be learning from now on, the pumse or the patterns, what exactly are they? Can you explain that to us?
Pumse is a series of moves in Taekwondo. The attacks and blocks, or various kicks and punches, called 막기, 지르기, and 차기, come together in consecutive order to form a certain pattern. This pattern is called pumse.
Okay, then Master Lee, today we're going to learn 태극 1장, the first pattern. So can you explain really in detail for us how this one goes?
태극 1장 stands for gun, or sky in Korean. It is represented in our national flag, 태극기.
Okay, so then if 태극 1장 has this meaning, then from 1 right up to number 8, do they all have a different specific meaning then?
태극 1장 symbolizes sky, right? But 태극 8장, the last of the 태극 patterns, stands for 권, or earth, the ground that is. And in between sky and earth live human beings, right? By the same token, 태극 patterns from 2장 up to 7장 represent the basic philosophies man should abide by.
Okay, now Master Lee, it's been so long since I've done 태극 1장 that I think I've just about forgotten. Can you run through it again for us?
Sure, Andrew. There are a lot of movements involved in 태극 1장 for the novice. But as it is the first among the total of 8 patterns, there are only 18 moves. I will show it to you now. We learned 차렷서기 before, right? If we spread the heels, the form becomes 나란히 서기. In this stance, using your right foot as the pivot, you go into 준비서기. You breathe in deep, exhale, and leave only 2/3 of your breath in your stomach. Then again, using your right foot as the axis, you do the 아래막기 to your left, automatically going into the 앞서기 stance. Next, shifting balance to your left foot, you step forward doing the 몸통 반대 지르기. What's important here is that you must punch as if you are pulling the opponent toward you with the left hand. Then in a symmetrical form, you turn toward your back side and do the 아래막기 with your right hand. Also in the 앞서기 stance. Good, Andrew. And in the motion, you step forward doing the 몸통 반대 지르기. Then here, using your right foot as the pivot and joining your hands together, you turn to your left doing the 앞굽이 아래막기. And once again, as if you're dragging your opponent toward you with a blocking hand, you punch with your right. Then back to 준비서기. You've just learned the first 6 moves in 태극 1장.
Okay.
Now we'll learn the following 6 motions of 태극 1장. From the 아래맞고 지르기 we learned previously, You shift your weight to your left leg in this 앞굽이 stance, and you move your leg to your right. And shifting to an 앞서기 stance, you do the 몸통 안맞기, twisting your body and raising your arms before you. Then once again, as you step forward, you do the 몸통 지르기 as if you're tugging your opponent toward you. Next, in the symmetrical form, using your right leg as the axis, you turn backwards and do the 몸통 안맞기 with your right hand. And once again, raising your right hand and lifting your left hand up to your chest, you turn blocking with your right hand. Like pulling your opponent, you punch exerting a lot of force with your left hand. Then, shifting your balance to your left foot, you do the 앞굽이 아래맞기. Then, twisting your body in a winding up motion, you punch with your left hand. We learned up to 오른 아래맞기 and 몸통 바라주기, right? Next, using your right foot as the axis, we're going to do the 얼굴 맞기. You remember 얼굴 맞기, right? Shifting to the 앞서기 stance, you do the face block with your left hand. That was good. Then maintaining the form, you do the 앞차기 with your right foot. After kicking, you should stay balanced. You shouldn't set your foot back on the ground right away. Then you do the 반대줄기 with your right hand. Then in the same symmetrical manner, you turn around to do the 얼굴 맞기 with your right hand. Next, lifting your leg, you do a powerful 앞차기. And then you follow through with the 반대줄기. The important thing in the next move is that when turning around, you have your right foot as the pivot and go into the 앞굽이 on your left foot, doing the 앞굽이. Lastly, stepping forward for the 지르기, you let out a loud kiap. Hey! Then to wrap up 태극 일장, using your right foot as the axis, you spin around and return to the 준비서기 stance. With this motion, you breathe in and then exhale, focusing your energy to the center of your body. The command "쇼," meaning at E, signals the end.
Okay. All right, how was that? Well, how was that? Today is our first day of doing the pumse, and I know it's giving you a lot of stress, but hey, now it's time to kick back, relax, and to duck into some fun with Taekwondo real life. Okay, how was that? I hope that helped to get rid of a bit of your stress. We're almost out of time now, but let's go to Master Lee and find out what's going to happen tomorrow. Master Lee?
Yes, from tomorrow we'll be practicing 태극 일장 step by step. But first, I want to mention that 태극 일장 you learned today shows that the sky is the origin of all life. Likewise, as 태극 일장 is the basis of 태극 patterns, I wish all of you will train hard and make 태극 품새 a part of your life.
Okay, well, thank you very much for teaching us, Master Lee. So don't be worried if things are a bit hard today. We're going to run through it all again tomorrow. Same time, same place on Taekwondo, step by step.